Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for July 28th, 2017. Hope you're all having an excellent week out there in the financial markets. We have a ton of really great opportunities to take a look at today. We're going to go ahead and start with Nutri Systems, move on to Chipotle Mexican Grill. We've got Bridgepoint Education and also Amicus Therapeutics in that healthcare sector where there is just a ton of volatility and opportunities really to the upside and downside. So let's go ahead and start here with Nutri Systems. And what we want to do is look at these indicators against what we have as daily bars and candles represented by these candlesticks. So the software works off of end of day data and then generates these values for traders to make those trading decisions. So what we have is with this black line is a simple moving average, really just a lagging indicator that smooths out the data, really tells you what's already occurred in a given market. And what we really have is a comparison between that lagging indicator and this blue line, which is VantagePoint's proprietary predicted moving average generated via the artificial intelligence of the software. So for that value to be plotted, VantagePoint is looking at a lot of disparate markets that can affect and influence the target market. So in this case, Nutri Systems that you're getting ready to trade. So what we want to look for as traders is that situation where that blue line or that predicted moving average crosses above the actual moving average, signaling that there's a new fresh trend in place. Now, in addition to our predicted moving average, if we look at the bottom of the chart here, we also have what's called the predicted neural index. And this indicator is very, very accurate and very straightforward. It can only be a 1 or a 0, and it's forecasting short-term strength or weakness over really a 2 trading day period. So if you know what the overall trend is and what to expect over the next couple of trading days, you can go ahead and match that to your trading style, whether you're short-term swing trader or day trader, and really make the most of these trading opportunities. So what we have in this situation here for Nutrisystem is, since that crossover came through, we have that short-term strength forecast as well, really confirming it's time to go ahead and start getting long Nutrisystems. And as long as that blue line remains above the black line, you want to go ahead and maintain that position. Essentially, the forecast is still forecasted to move higher. So we see about a 16.5% move to the upside, about $8 per share. So easily just 100 shares, you've made over $800 in just the past 9 trading days. And you see that neural index really consistently forecasting strength within this very strong uptrend, where you see just a lot of separation between that predicted value and that lagging simple moving average summary value. So let's go ahead and move forward to Chipotle, really with this same logic and the same understanding of our predicted moving average signaling the overall trend. And what we see here is all the way back in really March, the beginning of June, signaling that Chipotle was in a downtrend. So you wouldn't want to be going long. You'd want to be short, buying put options. If you're a short-term trader, you'd want to be getting good intraday price levels to take a short position. But what we have here is a very, very clean indication that don't be getting long the market. Look to short shares of Chipotle. And we see the market down 29%, or about $139 a share. Really great options play to go ahead and buy some put options, really hedge possibly some of your other long positions you may have in the market. And lastly, let me show you here before we move on to some of these opportunities is, in addition to getting that trend prediction, your short-term neural index 2-day prediction, you're also given a predicted high and low value every single trading day. So as a shorter term trader or a swing trader who wants to improve their position, get better average prices, you're going to have a guide signaling what prices you should expect intraday. And so if we bring up those predicted high and low levels and we can actually see how they performed against the actual trading day, the actual price action, you see within this downtrend, you're constantly shorting at very, very good intraday levels where the market's moving up to that level and almost immediately moving lower, getting you into profit, getting that move into your favor almost regardless of the trading style. So, we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 opportunities, 11 opportunities for a shorter term trader to go in and short shares of Chipotle, either ride that trend with that really good entry or hit those profit targets and take those shorter term gains. Next opportunity, again, let's keep the logic consistent here, but moving here to Bridgepoint Education. And, I like to look at markets that, don't just move, immediately in one direction, but because we know that, sometimes markets trade sideways. Sometimes you want to be improving that position, really be aware and adapting to changing market conditions. Well, here in Bridgepoint, we got the forecast that this market was in a downtrend all the way back at the beginning of July. And so as long as that blue line remains below the black line, it's forecasting the trend is down, and you therefore would only want to take short positions in the market. But what we have with the Neural Index is short term, right? A 2-day forecast of short-term strength or weakness. And what we see is we start to get this conflict where the Neural Index is up at a 1, but the blue line never crosses above the black line. So what that's really indicating to you is, expect some sideways action, expect a little bit of strength, but you'd still want to remain short the market. And when you have these shorter term tools like the predicted high and low, you can really see just how accurate these are over time to really keep you consistently improving that position, taking short-term profits and really squeezing the risk out of the trade, but opening yourself up to a lot of money when the trend resumes and breaks out. So we see here, very similar to our last examples here in Bridgepoint, you're coming in at these levels, these intraday highs, and that's where you'd be looking to possibly short the market within this overall downtrend. So it's really about just understanding, what is my trading style? Am I a swing trader? Am I trading longer term options? What am I trying to do here? And then go in with the tool that really models that time frame. So the day trader is going to look towards those predicted high levels, swing traders looking for those fresh crossovers, and looking to hold on for the duration of that trend. And so we see here with Bridgepoint getting a lot of volatility recently to the downside, but you really need to be able to wade through some of that sideways action to catch that big 13% drop and move down lower in Bridgepoint Education. So really nice opportunity there. Last but not least, let's go ahead and look at Amicus Therapeutics. And very similar to Chipotle, but to the upside. We see this crossover all the way back in May, signaling it's time to go ahead and start looking to get long this market. And this has been a tremendous opportunity and really demonstrates why it's so important to remain in the market as long as that prediction stays intact. So you see this market here is up 80% over the last 47 trading, really just the last 3 months of time. The market's up 80%. And again, we can come in with those predicted values, those predicted highs and lows, and really get a sense of where we might be adding to the position in this uptrend. And you see constantly getting dips to that predicted low level, the market intraday actually closing above that level, and then the trend resuming as the market trends higher and higher. So even if you don't get in right after the crossover, you're still going to have these levels alerting you how you should look to adapt and what you should expect moving forward, so you can get involved with the opportunity at a good price and really, again, squeeze some of that risk that you may have in the trade, really squeeze some of that risk out of there so you can open yourself to some upside, but really minimize that downside and minimize how big those stop losses need to be when you really understand where that market should trade intraday. So as always, I hope this has been helpful for all you traders out there. Once again, this has been the Hot Stocks Outlook for July 28th, 2017. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck and bye for now.